Hello. Okay, it worked. Everything is back to normal. No text on screen, no old-timey film. Not that I don't like those movies. They can be great. But I don't want to do a whole review like that, because that's going to be a lot of me doing dialogue, and nobody's going to watch. It would be a big commitment, and I think it would be kind of funny, but I feel like it'd be a lot of work from my end, and nobody's going to watch a text-based thing. Like, nobody's going to watch it. So I decided, let's fix this problem. And I did, using this, translate. This is a thing I invented. I got the guys in the lab to help me. I can text people from other dimensions, do other stuff, and helps also fix problems like this, with Dr. Gruenheim. I got into enough. I've gotten enough problems with him. I'm like, we gotta do something. So, made a little device that does that, and also helps me contact other people, other universes and stuff. So, but we need to actually get talking about the review today. We're doing a Christmas movie. I know this is the first time I filmed in a bit, so excited for that. We're doing a movie, and if you got the interest, probably give it away, and also title and stuff. We're doing Silent Night. It's a rated movie by John Woo, I think. Worked on somebody worked on, I think John Wick worked on this movie, and he did a bunch of other movies. He actually did a movie that I just reviewed. By the time this video comes out, it'll already be out on Hard Target. I did not know he did a movie as well. We're doing two movies very close together by the same director, especially one being that old and kind of more, it's an older movie, not a very common movie that you think anybody would review, compared to this one, and they're both being by the same director. But anyway, let's jump into this movie. General thoughts first. I liked it. If you like a good action movie, this is great. And the one thing I want to say, because I feel like it might, but I don't know if it counts as spoilers. But the first thing I'm going to say, so I think we will say it. One thing I will mention, I'll say this in this beginning here, so people know going into this movie, if they want to see this, if this is a thing that maybe considers them or not, but the movie has no real dialogue. And I'm saying that just so people, if they want to go see this movie, know that, because if you go and then that's the thing, you might be like, that could be a turn-off. This is an action movie, so really, it does the story well, where it doesn't have really, audio's not the focus, where you don't, I'm not saying there's not completely any talking. There's some people, like cops are talking on like one of the CBS radio things, you can hear them on the radio, talking like, hey, we need help, there's gang fights, or maybe there's music, if there's a song or something. And there's one part where the wife, you see in the trailer, kind of like saying like, oh, it's okay, like very minor things, very mumbling in the background, you know what I mean, it's not really saying anything. But the movie, the main character does not say anything. The entire movie does not really dialogue. There is music and sound effects and everything else, and it does everything else to evade, even though there's no like talking, to evade what's happening. So, general thoughts, I liked it, and also that was a surprise to me. The movie is called Silent Night. I didn't know it meant that literally, but I actually kind of liked it, because that's something you don't see too often. I enjoyed it, so let's jump into what it's actually about. It's about this guy, looked like a job, like maybe construction site or a factory or something, comes home to the wife who has another job, where she does stuff, and they have a son, and they're playing in the front yard, and some guys obviously do like, basically two cars are driving by, and they're like shooting at each other, and then obviously go in front of their house, and then shoot, and the kid dies, and he is like, gets really like, uh-oh, my kid just died, and he's like, pissed. Well, if your kid died from something like that, I think your kid died in any circumstance, you'd be pissed, especially like that. So he goes, goes after him, and he gets some of them, I think, but then they get him, and then they shoot him, and like it's in the neck or something, and then we realize after he's in the hospital, he can't talk. It got him to where he can't talk. And that's great because it helps set up the movie as in like, hey, this character can't talk in the movie, to set that up, so that was cool. And yeah, so it's on his journey. He's going through this whole movie, at first he's just trying to like, when he comes from the hospital, get better and trying to like, he's still like weak and still like trying to figure out what's going on, and he's really pissed and mad because obviously his son died and everything. And his wife's there trying to help him and stuff, and she has her job. But then eventually he gets to a point where he's like, okay, I'm going to start training, and I'm going to go after these guys. He goes to the cop, because there's a cop who meets him at the hospital, give him like a little card or something, say, hey, if you need he leaves it there. I think he was in a coma or something, still not awake when at the time, but did something, and then he eventually goes to the cop's place. He goes into his like room, and he sees all the pictures of all the guys who after him, because he knows what the one guy looked like, and goes take pictures of all of them, and goes back to his house, and then puts up on a wall like, hey, here's all the bad guys, and I'm gonna go after them, like make a wall and have all these pins to each other. And I'm gonna kind of speed this up because don't make it too long. But he goes and pins them up on the wall. Then there's a little montage where he trains, and then he has to go after them. And the wife eventually leaves the house, and has to like, hey, I'm gonna leave. It's like, it's one of those things like, yeah, you're different or whatever the case may be. So he leaves, and it's sad. And then he's like, yeah, he's losing everything, and he goes and obviously fights them and tries to save this cop who in the middle of gunshots, but she dies. And then he eventually goes goes and talks to the place. Eventually, we're gonna cut to the end, so spoiling for the end, he goes to fight them at the end at the base. He goes around, gets a bunch of them, and then he goes to the base, and he's going and shooting them all up. It's great, it's action, like there's no dialogue, there's a lot of, like, there's still sound effects, other stuff, so it's not completely, like, silent, but there's no, like, dialogue from the characters. It's all based on, the acting and physical. Well, I think it's cool, because it's more focused on the acting and that stuff. It doesn't matter what the characters even sound like, really. It's all about looks and how they're acting. You don't have to worry about the voices. The guy might look super serious, but maybe his voice is goofy. I don't know, you want to worry about the voice, but I think it's cool. But he goes in, fights them, and the other cop eventually comes, and you know he's gonna be a part of it, because you see him a couple times throughout the movie when all the stuff's going downtown, shooting, and he's there. But he's gonna come, and he eventually meets up with him, and then they both are like, yeah, we're gonna take this guy down, the big boss down. And they take him down, and it seems like it ends with the main guy, our main hero, dying, and maybe the cop as well. Maybe they both die at the end, or at least one of them dies. It doesn't really show, like, them. But then cuts to, if they make it out, I believe they are dead, but they stop the bad guys, and they die at the end. He does, and I think the other cop does too, because he got shot pretty bad. But that's where it ends, and it was fun. You want a great action movie. Nothing can be said about this. Great. I want to finish it up, because it's getting kind of long. But let's get to my rating. I'm going to give it an 8. I give it an 8 for a couple reasons. All the action scenes were great. It's great. Also, the use of being like a silent film, like I said, I think was something I wasn't expecting, and I think makes it more interesting compared to other action movies. It makes it a little different, because having a whole action movie with no dialogue seems weird. But they did it, and it works. So what do you guys think of Silent Night? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys can always stay epic and see you in the next video, guys. Bye!